What's up, guys? Censor here. I just want to give you guys a vlog on what happened at PAX East. Strictly Business was the team that I went with, and we got second. We lost to Complexity in the finals. The first time we lost them, it was 3-0, and then the second time we lost them was 2-3. It was a really, really close game in the finals. You know, I've been giving Complexity a lot of crap on Twitter, and I ate my words, and Complexity is the better team. They came out and they proved it at the event when it mattered most. And, it was a really, really close game in the finals. We won the first respawn, got smacked in the S&D, won the blitz, lost the dom by 1 point. It was a really, really intense strike zone dom, probably the best game I've been a part of on strike zone dom. Really, really close game. They clutched it up in the end, and they won it by 1 point, and then they pretty much smacked us on the search and destroy. So Cole won the event. We got second. That was the last event I'll play at. Last MLG, last event I'll ever play at was Strictly Business. I had a good run with those guys. We accomplished a lot in it's April now. I joined the team in October. 6 months I've been with that team. We accomplished a lot. We made a lot of progress together as a team, as a unit. And, I couldn't be happier with the situation I have now with FaZe Black. As you guys just saw on Twitter, Mr. Adam announced that you can't have 3 teams in the league, which means for Curse, since they had Fire, Curse Regular and Curse Youth in the league, one of the teams had to get dropped. So, it's unfortunate for those guys, but it benefited us because we got in the league, and we're going to be competing in Season 2 and most likely at Anaheim as long as we perform in the league as we're expected to. I want to talk about that really quick. My Twitter's blowing up right now. They're all telling me that we don't deserve it. Well, I'd say 70-30. 70% saying that we don't deserve it, and 30% saying congrats making it into the league. I want to start off by saying I read a couple of comments on Twitter, and I'm going to pull this one up right now. This is from Karma. I'm going to quote what Karma said. He goes, "Honestly, I'm fine with FaZe, as in FaZe Black, being in. Curse had way too many teams last season, and they were mediocre. Made no sense in any way. It might be unfair to some people, but truthfully, I'd prefer it to the best to be in it." And then he said, "Okay, well, I didn't know that. No disrespect to youth players, but they shouldn't be anywhere near the league." So I want to take a couple of the things that Karma said. I think, MLG is a competitive gaming league, and they want to put on a show. They want to have the best players and teams in the game. And I think, from what Karma said, I'm going to agree with him saying that Curse had way too many teams in the league. You shouldn't have 3 teams under one organization. 3 out of 12, that's just about 25% of the league, is under one org. And I don't think that's fair in any way. And they were all mediocre last season, how he said. None of the Curse teams went to Call of Duty championships, and none of them really performed when it mattered. So why have 3 teams under one organization that aren't, anywhere near the top tier, the Complexities, the SBs, the TKs, the FaZe, the Envies, the Optics? Why have 3 of those teams in the league if they're not going to perform and do well? And I'm not saying, because they had a lot of roster changes, they're brand new teams. I don't know what would have happened if those 3 teams would have played in the league, but judging by history, none of the Curse teams have done well throughout this entire game, except for UMG Philly when they got 3rd. And, I understand that we're a new organization and we're a new team, but when you think about it, me and Saints are the only, we beat Complexity once. We just lost to them in the grand finals. We never placed outside of the top 4. You got Formal, who's a monster, and Proof, who's well known as a top 5-10 player in the game since he's been competing at Call of Duty 4. So I don't understand, the whole concept of it's not fair that, we should be playing in the open bracket because we sketched on our org in SB to create this new organization, this new team under an organization in FaZe. That part I understand, but at the same time, I already know this team, it has a lot of potential, and it's a proven, on paper at least, that this team has a lot of potential to win a championship. So, I think that we should be in the league because, we've been proven players throughout this entire game. We've done well, we've had success, and, all 4 of the players on this team are great individually skilled players that truthfully do earn and deserve a spot in the league because we've been around since day 1 before anything with MLG and PAX and any of the events they've been running. We've been around since 2010, 2009, some 2011. So we've been around since day 1. We've been supporting MLG in the streams and everything in the esports scene for a long, long time. And we also have the placings to back us up. as players individually, not as a team, because this is our first event as a team. But, you know, I do think we deserve that spot. And then again, at least half of the teams in that league were grandfathered in. So if FaZe Black was a team before Season 1 even started, before the league was even announced, FaZe Black 100%, without a doubt, without a question in anyone's minds, would be grandfathered in. Now, a lot of those teams that were grandfathered in were given an opportunity to play in the league, did not perform in the league, and still were given their spot in the league just because the organization holds the spot. So that's where I kind of disagree with some of these players deserve it more than others. And that's all I really have to say on that. And the only other thing I want to say is I do feel bad for Rise, because they did stay together as a team. They did place top 8 at the Call of Duty Championship. They're a great group of guys. I love the owner of their team. They do deserve a spot in that league. It's really unfortunate that they're not going to be in it. But like I said, you know, they do deserve a spot, and I really do feel sorry for those guys. But that's all I really want to talk about today. I'm going to be posting a lot of content, a lot of scrims with the team, a lot of 2v2 S&D tournaments are going to be live on my channel on twitch.tv/censor. Going to have a lot of content coming for you guys. I'm going to be posting videos every single day, scrimming with the team, just grinding out videos, and I can't wait for the future with FaZe Black. So if you guys enjoyed this video, please leave it a like. Comment if you think, what do you think about the situation? Comment, let me know what you guys say. I always read every comment, and that's all I have for today. So I'll catch you guys later. Peace out.